After an astonishing good start in the first part of this series, I decided all by myself to restart and try again. Not that I died or anything, but I thought it would be a good idea. With the settings exactly the same like last time, we head on in a new adventure. Just like last time, I order my wife NPC to stay here and start to take a look around. The spawn on the roof and high buildings around made me think that I was downtown, but it turned out that I spawned outside of the main city, as far away from the exit as it was possible. So I started by looting the building I spawned on. I found a few pieces of clothing that I put on for some extra protection. In the apartment next door was an SKS rifle with some ammo in the bedroom. I took both with me, knowing that I wouldn't use any of it. Downstairs in the left apartment was not much more, only a zombie that I quickly took care of. After checking the last apartment on the other side, I used one of the windows to exit the building and start to look around in the near area. I got ambushed by two zombies, but I was able to kill them both with little effort. After all, I haven't seen many zombies around so far, what made me confident that I could easily enter the next building and look for some supplies. Shortly after entering it, I heard several zombies trying to open locked doors. This, and the fact that the inside of this building was extremely cramped, made it impossible to loot fast. I still decided that I wanted to check all the apartments inside. This little accident with the door almost ended this run, before it even began. I believe that I got only saved because I had put on the extra clothing earlier. And yet again I would obtain an axe almost immediately after starting the run. With the settings I use, it seems like axes are the most common kind of melee weapons to find. I am even more happy with my choice to play as a lumberjack now. With an incredible stroke of good fortune, I was able to find a backpack and some more clothing for protection, but when I left the apartment, the unthinkable happened. Visibly covered by the doorframe and without making any sound, a zombie waited in front of the door, lurking to dig his teeth deep into my flesh. In the same building, I was saved twice by all the layers of clothing I had put on. Even when this encounter scared the hell out of me, I kept looting the building. There was only one more zombie banging on the door. Again I wondered why some zombies lacked the ability to open them, even when I granted it to all of them. I didn't find any more loot, but I decided to take a bed with me so I could sleep anywhere I wanted. This kind of bed granted more advantages than a chair while also weighing less. I want to keep it until I find a tent. The next zombie brought me an even better backpack, so I changed them. I also took his shotgun and ammo, as it was more likely for me to use it than it was to use my SKS rifle. The inside of this building was even more dense than the last one, so I quickly decided to actually learn from the mistake and leave it without looting. Instead, I wanted to take a look at the garages I have seen in the backyard. Most of the garages were locked, so I got rid of the deadheads around and checked one more interior. I even lured a second zombie inside and hoped to spawn a house key on her, but it didn't work. So I took a look at the gas station on the other side of the road. By that I spotted another, friendly survivor by the name of Timothy that I desperately wanted to make my bait, I mean my friend. By running over and calling his name, a second guy, probably also named Timothy, followed me on the foot. I had to take him down, because he smelled like a fish that was rotting in a hot and wet room for the last 2 weeks, and he was so ugly that the fish would have definitely looked better than him. With new hope, because I now had even more friends than I have in real life, we managed to take down a group of zombies. But Timothy died, and I had to end his undead misery. After all we had been through, I was on my own once again. The gas station itself contained a few of the undead, but taking them down was no problem as they stumbled to exit through the window. After picking up a few food items and pops, reading a magazine and drinking some water from a sink, I checked the storage room next door. With some additional food supplies, I felt almost ready to cross the bridge and go for the outskirts of Raven Creek. This time, I wanted to check the military checkpoint in hope of finding a gun and a fitting silencer, as that would make the long trip to Louisville a lot easier. All I needed before leaving this neighborhood was a water bottle or a cooking pot to satisfy my thirsty perk. I was amazed when I found a gun store nearby, but reality almost instantly kicked in when I realized that I needed a sledgehammer to get inside. Those sweet guns were so close to me, but unreachable behind thick iron bars. And with no sledgehammer in sight, I kept on searching for a water container. Not long after, I crossed paths with another friendly survivor, Lee. Lee was looking for his sister Lee, so I decided to put my plans aside and help him to find. Oh, look Lee, there's your sister Lee. Mission complete. Now you both can follow me and distract some zombies so I can live a little longer than you. Again, out of nowhere, we got attacked by an undead couple that eventually just wanted to ask for directions. I was not sure. And while I heroically struck down an elderly woman with my axe, Lee clubbed her husband dead with a pipe wrench and a badminton bat. They saved my life that day. I would never forget that. The boarded windows instantly let me know that there had to be a treasure inside this building. Food, guns and ammo, or even a sledgehammer could be waiting behind these barricaded, just for me to pick them up. So Lee and me attacked the horde that was desperately trying to get inside. Lee died, but she didn't stay dead for long, stood up and furiously attacked us. Lee, seeing his dead sister, had a mental breakdown and ran off in sheer panic. His sudden absence almost got me killed, as the zombie he was fighting before turned around and instead attacked me while I tried to get Lee's undead body down once and for all. But he came back, realizing that after the death of Lee, I was all the family he had left. We took down the remaining corpses and broke into the hardware shop. Most of the shelves were empty, only a box of 5.56 ammo looked worthy enough to take it. We assumed that the treasures had to be upstairs, when we once again got jumped by another infected, that waited behind the door. When the zombie fell to the ground, Lee thought she was dead and turned away from here. But before he could react, she got up again and killed him with a single bite to the neck. Now I had to take down my best and oldest friend. We met each other like 4 minutes ago, but for me it was like an eternity. I lost all my friends, just to get the treasures of this store. I had to go on, or their deaths would have been pointless. But there was nothing more than some more ammo and a small hammer to take, so I thought whatever, and left the house. With my hands finally on the water container, I filled it up at the kitchen sink and went to the bridge. I was finally ready to leave this place, a place that I once called home. Now it was a grave, filled with the dead bodies of more friends that I was able to count. And my wife. Probably still alive, but let's count her dead as well. I hope I will never have to use these medical supplies. Damn metal railing. I was not prepared for it to be fake. I expected this soldier to climb over it. Only my reflexes saved me here. Besides the medical supplies, this military outpost had nothing to offer but a full container of 250 shotgun shells in one of the lockers. I dropped my baseball bat and a rancher machete to the ground. By that, I was able to take 8 of the ammo boxes with me. After that, I stepped on the road, looked ahead and went into the sunset. At 10:15 o'clock,